This one comes to us from the Friendly Atheist blog at pathos.com, and it's about some Jehovah's Witnesses, I believe, that kind of lost their shit in Alberta. So this group, who are Jehovah's Witnesses, had gathered at a home near Leduc, and I'm not sure, I could be butchering that for all I know. On November 2nd, the mother, who is 35, had taken her daughters there to visit her 27-year-old nephew and his 30-year-old wife. But over the next 3 days, the court document says that they didn't leave the house and they barely ate. One of the teens recalls watching movies, but also hearing screaming and banging and seeing ashes in the air. Some of the 5 hid in the bedroom or the bathroom. They did so because they believed that they were in danger, either from bad or wicked people from outside or from demons, says the document. It says that the group believed that the Great Tribulation had happened, and at November 6th was Armageddon. So they rushed off to find safety and to save a neighboring family.
I mean, good on them for, like, thinking about their neighbors who weren't Jehovah's Witness. That's, like, super sweet of them.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good thing.
This goes back to why I say intent doesn't matter, though. Intent doesn't matter. Intent doesn't matter.
So
it's what you do.
Yeah, they... Oh.
So this is all about a crazy kidnapping case that we're going to get to here in a second, because remember how I said they were going to go help that family?
Sure, they helped them. They helped them good.
That's not the kind of help that anybody really wants to have. So, and it says here that the police report specifically mentions that drugs and alcohol were not factors.
Nope.
So, unfortunately, according to him, it here said their false beliefs didn't help them, quote unquote, save their neighbors at all. Instead, it led to kidnapping and endangering them.
Okay, so this goes back to a really bizarre. Okay, this is a bad example, but I think it's an interesting example of how there really needs to be a new theory of mind with human beings. And it's not my idea. It's not my idea. But I'm referencing, I got this from Ollie Philosophy Tube on YouTube. Ollie is the only name I know him by. But he references how in his solitary confinement video that we need to readdress how we look at theory of mind, and that we are not solely individual minds, and that we are not solely group minds. So we're not bees, we're not hive minds. Like, that's pretty apparent. But it's also pretty apparent that we're not individual minds.
Yeah, otherwise solitary would be no problem.
Right.
If that was the case.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So we are a combination therein. And that we are, and that there's science to back this up. We're constantly checking in with other people. So I'm sure everyone here, when you're alone, has experienced the phenomenon of hearing a sound and being unsure if you actually heard it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we check in usually with other people. Did I hear
did you
sound?
hear that? Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Yeah, we check in. And so here we have a feedback loop of people checking in with each other. And it went bad.
It really did, because 4 of the 5 family members that went to go rescue this other family, they were naked because they thought it was the end of the world, and they, as Hemmett's here is guessing, that they didn't have time to finish getting dressed. And here's the quote from the article: "The mother, the only one dressed, drove them all in a BMW SUV, but was in such a hurry that she went through the garage door. When the vehicle headed to the neighbor's home, it apparently bent a metal gate. The neighbors, consisting of a man, his adult daughter, and her 6-week-old son, were forced out of their house and into the snow without shoes. The woman and her baby were put in the back seat with the teen girls, who were naked under a blanket, and the man was put into the trunk and ordered to chant Jehovah 10 times. The group also chanted Jehova as the SUV sped down the roads and went through a red light on the way to nearby Nisku," says the document here.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
That's craziness. That's
mass hallucination.
A little bit. Yeah.
You are incapable of reversing this scenario.
the podcast.
Yeah,
fortunately,
he's a bad podcast because Orzo will he'll just casually show a butthole. He won't try to tread on my keyboard.
So fortunately, according to the article here, the kidnapped neighbors escaped from the vehicle and jumped into a truck that offered help to help them. But then the Jehovah's Witness family went on the attack and showed extreme strength, according to the police. The document says that the SUV then rammed the truck from behind, and the woman and the baby were thrown into the truck's dashboard, thankfully not injured. And then the SUV went into a ditch. And so when the Mounties arrived, the group continued to chant, Jehovah, 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 and they refused to get out, and at times were clinging to the vehicle and to each other. One of the teens believed the police were monsters who were going to kill them, said the document.
What did these people eat or drink?
No, Kyle, that's the thing is that
I don't know.
Reports, they didn't come back with anything. This is
what I'm
going back to is that we are social minds.
It did say that the officers said that the people in the SUV displayed extreme strength, in quotes there. 2 were unaffected by pepper spray, and the 3 adults were also shot with tasers between 2 and 4 times before they finally stopped. Sounds like PCP.
I mean, it sounds like it. It really, really sounds like they were
high on something.
They were, there was something going on.
And then,
maybe, but there's documentations of whole cities having mass hallucinations. So I don't know.
The neighbors later told the police the group seemed demonized and obviously not in their right minds. And Hemet, of course, has the greatest quip here. He's like, yeah, adrenaline will do that to you. Especially if you think that the end of the world is happening and you have to act quickly and recklessly.
Yeah.
Okay, again, this goes back to the theory of mind thing, that we're not singular individuals, but we're also not singular individuals. We're kind of this in between as humans that we constantly are checking in and looking at faces and bodies, and we're always looking at each other and checking in. And these people were constantly so they isolated themselves in this home, and then for days and days we're just constantly giving this feedback loop of heightened anxiety.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Heightened anxiety, heightened anxiety, heightened anxiety. And their brains kind of broke for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it can happen. I mean, they certainly didn't need to be on anything, but...
Especially with the priming of the Jehovah's Witness doctrine.
Oh, yeah, where the end is
There's demons everywhere.
End is nigh. There are demons.
Yeah.
These kinds of things. They were already primed. Mm-hmm. So for you, for us 3, we'd get caught in this scenario and be like, what the fuck is going on? Because we're not primed for this. We're not...
No, yeah.
Our
we don't see the signs.
No, we don't. We're not buying what they're selling.
No.
But these people already were. And so, I mean, it totally fits with human psychology that they could just... And we know that under fight or flight, people can do some crazy shit.
Adrenaline is a crazy thing.
It's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it is.
God damn it.